Hello, hello. Hope you're all doing well. We've got something extremely different and unique planned for today, and I'll kind of start explaining that a bit later. But first of all, you'll see some very modern pieces of equipment around me here. This is what we're going to be using for this video. Obviously, this is the FX Wildcat. You've seen it used one or two times on my channel, but it's been a while since I've actually taken the Wildcat out and done something with it. And that's basically because I've been so interested in the impact and what the impact can do, and the extra shot count and the long range ability of the impact has been so perfect for what I've needed to do that this gun's kind of been sitting in the cupboard and hasn't really been taken out much. But tonight we have the perfect job for it. We're only going to need about one shot. So the Wildcat, if you've only got one shot and you need something small and maneuverable, this is the gun to use. And as you can see, we've got the night vision on here. We've got the Night Sight Eagle R-Tech. So we've got some nighttime shooting to do. Let me quickly fetch something and I'll be right back. So for those of you who haven't seen this little guy already, he's featured on previous videos, but this is Obi-Wan Kenobi, my Parrot. If you don't know who Obi-Wan Kenobi is, the original Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'm very, very disappointed in you, but this is my bird, Obi-Wan. He's an absolute angel of a bird. He's got such a lovely temperament, a really good personality, and I've had him for quite a few years now. But there's been a nightly visitor that's been coming into his cage, stealing his food, and actually putting his life in danger. There's a rat that we kind of hear scuffling around the cage every now and again, and we walk into the room, we turn on the light, and poof, a rat's sitting right there in his cage, and it scatters and leaves. And I had a bad experience with a rat a few years ago around my birds. I used to keep an aviary with all kinds of different birds in it, and one day I woke up and I went to check on the aviary, and I found just blood and feathers everywhere, and I discovered that the rat had actually killed the birds in an effort to try and get to their eggs, which is really sad. And we had a close encounter a few weeks ago with a rat coming into the cage and actually trying to take a bite at Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that was it. That was too close of a call, so we decided we had to do something about it. But we could not poison this rat because I also have dogs, and if the rat had to die somewhere outside and the dogs had to find it and eat it, then they could potentially die as well. So we needed something special, and that is what we have here today. I've kitted this, yes, you can just wander around for a while, Obi. I've kitted this Wildcat out, as I said, with the Night Sight Eagle R-Tech, and the nice thing about this unit is that we are going to be able to record the shot on camera when we take it, which will be really nice. But the most important part of this evening will actually be the setup. We can't take a shot inside, we don't want to damage the walls in the house, so we're going to need to actually set up that cage somewhere outside with a safe backstop, and then because this gun is zeroed at 25 meters, we're going to have to put the gun out, and I'm going to have to set up 25 meters away from the cage. So we've got a bit of setting up to do, but I am confident that we're going to be able to get it right, and if the rat comes in, it does not stand a chance. This gun is laser accurate. At 25 meters, it's piling pellet on pellet, and with a good scope and a good night vision unit like this, it's going to be a piece of cake. The setup process was pretty straightforward. I laid out a mat, placed the bird cage outside, making sure that there was no chance of pellet ricochet into the house, and then waited for night to fall. Right, so as I mentioned earlier, this is our setup for the evening. It is about 8 o'clock now. It's usually around the time that the rats start coming in, so all we've got to do is wait. This area here is pretty much in darkness. 25 meters downrange, we've got the cage. I measured it out earlier, which is going to be very important because I know that I won't have to hold over or under at all at that distance. That's what I zeroed the gun at, so at 25 meters I can aim pretty much dead on. That's one of the big drawbacks to using a night vision system, is that ranging can be difficult. So doing something like this, it is pretty important that you know your range before you set out and do something like this. So we're all set up, we've got it all worked out. It's just a matter of waiting for the rats to come in now. I know that they're going to be coming to the food bowls. They always like to sit up on the food bowls and eat from there. On odd occasions they come up to where the parrot is sitting and kind of bother him a bit, but he's not there this evening. We've moved him away for safety reasons, obviously. So he's chilling inside, and as soon as that rat comes, I'm going to put a piece of lead right through him. So as you can see here, I've got the night sight on, I've got the scope set to 12 times magnification. I can get a very, very clear sight picture. The reticle on this Optizan scope is very good, and the Wildcat with this setup over here is nice and maneuverable. So with one hand I can kind of scan around. Ooh, what's that? Oh, it's just a frog. I thought it was a rat. Good thing I didn't blast him. The frogs really aren't a problem over here. There he is, right over there. There you go. Let's get recording here. And as I thought, he's right there on the food bowl. I'm just going to wait for him to keep still. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And I suppose that's problem solved. He's dead. Well, there you go. I got him, hey? Took about an hour. I had to wait for quite a while. Started kind of dozing off to sleep at one point, but I just made sure that I stayed awake, and eventually I saw that glint of the eye, and exactly as I expected, he came up into the food bowl of the parrot in the cage, and I just lined up on him. It was a little bit tricky because we are 25 meters away, and I had to get that pellet in between the two bars of the cage, which is only about a 0.5 mil gap. But I know that this equipment is really, really good. I trusted it and it did the job perfectly. That 22 caliber pellet went straight through that rat in the front, out the back, and he was dead the moment the pellet hit him. So that's a job well done. Night sight has done its job. It's really cool that we got that shot on camera. And as you can see, the Wildcat certainly played its part as well. It's accurate, it's quiet. It's all you really need for a job like this. Well, now that that's done, let's go take a look and see how the rat looks, shall we? Right, so let's assess the damage, shall we? There he is, right over there. He didn't last even a fraction of a second. Pellet straight through the head, out the back. He didn't know what hit him. Fantastic. So the result of this little extermination job is that Obi-Wan can spend his nights in peace and not have to worry about unwelcome visitors any longer. And of course, it was quite fun for me as well. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. For those of you who are interested in what Obi-Wan is, he's a Meyer parrot, also called a Bosveld papegaai in Afrikaans. He's native to South Africa and Zimbabwe and Mozambique and Botswana, you know, Southern Africa. So he's from around here, but he's a really sweet little guy. And if you do want to get a parrot as a pet, this is probably one of the best you can get. They're just really loving and really chilled and not too loud, which is an important thing.